Howdy friends, how's it going? Me and Steve are here working on the 65 Mustang that we've been having our hands on for many years. The reason I'm making this video is I want to ask you smart folks a question. And I don't know why this is this way. It's a 1/2-inch bolt. See how it floats in the bushing? And it's got a sleeve in there, but it floats in it. It kind of does this on both ends. These are the bolts that came with it. Came with this kit for the coilovers. But the instructions and the directions call for the bolts provided to be utilized with the shock coilover in their provided lower control arm and in the upper receptacle housing right there. The whatever this is called. What is this called? That part. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But my question is when we're driving the car and the shock is hitting this, doing what it's supposed to do, moving up and down, is the shock itself going to move up and down on the bolt, causing accelerated wear in the bushing because of this? And do I need to get a different sleeve? Go to a machine shop and try to get a sleeve built to go in here? I kind of think, yeah, to give it that much more, properness, correctness, instead of having a bolt like this floating. Because as you're going down the road, this of course will be tight, but it still could be that the shock can move on the bolt. If the bolt is, imagine the bolt being stationary and the shock moving around. That's what I kind of don't want to do. I sort of don't want to have that be the case. And that's why I'm making this video I've done a live video on Facebook this morning trying to, see if any people knew, but it was just a couple people viewing and really no solutions. So this car's come a long way. Let me just do a walk by, on here. If anybody's been following this car over the years, you know how far we've come with this. So, the camera on the iPhone is actually superior than the camera on the SLR cameras. You wouldn't think so, but it is, which is very odd to me, but technology advances. So that's my question to y'all folks. The bushing sleeve, is it critical to have adjustability, or is it critical to eliminate this kind of movement like this? Or should we go ahead and get a sleeve machined that will tighten this up and it will be a nice firm fit? That's what I'm inclined to believe. It should be that way. So we're gonna go consult with a machine shop and then figure it out, decide what we want to do. So that is that, folks. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, I should say, not questions, suggestions, or like, yeah, we're tracking in the right direction on that, or no, don't worry about it, we can tighten that down. And the 1/2-inch bolt that's right here, if that's good enough, we'll just drive on with it. But we've got a due out. We've got a how do we say it? We're expecting a call back from the manufacturer of this Well, who made it? Who made this?
Cost involved.
Total cost involved. Mustang II design type front suspension. He's supposed to call Steve back, but he hasn't done that yet. So, you know, they made this Mustang II type of a suspension up front. Oh, is that bare steel? Did you cut that? Did you make that?
That's duct tape.
Duct tape that's residue?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bare, because I know we painted that. Okay, so anyways, friends, folks, so I'm going to post this and see what kind of results we get, answers we get. Okay, see ya. Bye. Okay, here's a follow-up and I believe a concluding video of our little saga that we had today. Steve came up with the idea after we went to a machine shop and talked to the guy there in a local machine shop, talked to him about making some bushings for the shock absorbers to accept the 1/2 inch bolt. He said he doesn't have a lathe, he can't do it, but he said for us to call somebody, whom we did call, but they were not there. So I left a message. Steve said, "Hey, where's Home Depot?" And said, "Well, it's up the road." And I knew where Steve was going with that idea, you know, hey, a Home Depot. And so we, you know, I went along. I said, oh, okay, let's try. So we went up there and we bought some 1/2 inch copper tubing, okay, right here. And we put the 1/2 inch copper tubing, and I'm going to show you instead of talking about it. Put the 1/2 inch copper tubing right in here. Let me show you on this end. And it fits pretty good in there. Fits very nice and snug. And you take the original bolt and you put it in, and it still has less play, but still too much play. And Steve said, "Oh, that'll be good enough." And I said, "Nah, it's not going to be good enough, but you're tracking in the right direction." So I took another piece of copper, sectioned out about probably about 7 millimeters, 6 or 7 millimeters, collapsed it, put it inside of the one sleeve right here, and let's see if I can get that one out. So we put the sleeve in. Okay, and then we take the bolt. Went on from this side. Let's see here. See that? The bolt goes in, and I have no discernible movement, just barely a little bit, which is probably normal tolerance for this kind of activity. And you can see right there, and this thing, we'll be able to, I can't do this with just one hand, so we'll be able to make this made bushing work right here. This thing out. It's hard to do it with one hand, so let me put that down just for a quick second. And it's good enough. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. So there it is right there. This will work. I'm really glad we did this way. There's one made. Okay. So, but you can keep those in there, but yep. So I'm gonna make another one, and you could actually start doing them if you want.
Well, once that's on, I'll bolted in the car.
Yeah, so clamp that down a little bit for me. Okay, now film me cutting this. It's still on. Don't worry about him. Come on, hold on. Okay, it's still recording, right? Yeah. All right, so I'm trying out this Dremel tool or Black & Decker. I bought this thing probably back in '92. Back in Germany, I bought this. Keep filming it for a sec. You can film me fitting it in to the next one. That way I don't have to do it with one hand. So that copper is hot, relatively warm. Get all the burrs off, all the edges. Makes everything go together more smoothly. Okay, a bit more. And then collapsing it. Might take a little bit of ice action. Collapse it this way a little bit. Take one of these. See, it may not be enough material that I removed. But that one could be a chamfer on there that's keeping that modified piece from going in. So we'll just double check it. Nope. It just needed to be chamfered a little bit. And now see?
Yep.
We have a solution. There's number 2. How many more of these we need?
2 more.
There's one more. Okay, that's how it's done, folks. It's only known to be done because we just did it. No one told us how to do it. Steve came up with the idea and we ran with it. So, did you pull the other one out?
No, I'm pushing it out. I was
Okay.
trying to push it out, but it didn't want to come out.
And then we'll take this one shock and put it over there, and I want to film it going up, or you putting it in with the bolts. Okay. What's caught? The original, the brass you pushed in?
Yeah. Maybe it'd be easier to just put the new one in one. I cut one and put it in there.
Well, I'm already filming, so is this one done?
No, that one is.
So we got 2 here?
Hmm?
Here, pop that one out. I want to
That's
keep
what I was
filming.
trying to do. Where's the one that's done? There it is. See, but it's not coming out of there, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is make one and put it in
Well, I'm
there.
going to have to come back to this video. Okay, I'm back, folks, with the corrected versions and completed versions. And the bolts go through. take this up to Steve, and he'll install it, and I'll film it. Got it in?
No, I'm having trouble getting the bolt in. This one went in fine.
You're gonna need a punch to punch that bolt in to the bottom, and use a steel hammer. Take that, put it in there, and I'll get the parts. Here's your other things. That hammer you don't need to worry about. Take those. I'll take this. I'll get the steel thing. So we need. What did I do with it? I think I put it back. Dun, dun, dun. Getting a punch. And I'll hand the camera off, or the phone off to him, and he can film. You gonna go with your friend and meet up with him?
Well, I'm more worried about this.
Hey, can you come here and film this while I'm gonna drive this bolt through it? And you're doing the same thing, right?
Yep.
Here, we're just gonna film this real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, just
grab this because it's gonna fall off, won't you?
so. Okay, it's on 2.5 times. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in. It's recording. All right. Something. There you go. And you can film the other side. See? Yep, let me turn it down one. See? You want to put that nut on?
Sure can.
Oh, I see you put the fuel line in there. Okay, good.
I want to reshape it here a little bit.
Okay, now put that thing in.
Socket's right there.
Is that not going through? Good?
Huh?
That socket's not the right tool.
Yeah, I need
You need
to
a
use it.
7/8.
No, the socket's the right size. I just
No,
need.
you need a 7/8 wrench to go on there.
You mean 3/4?
Is that 3/4 or 7/8?
No, the size is 3/4.
Oh, it is?
No, but the socket's too wide
Go
because
get a
they're right
3/4
there.
wrench. Go get a 3/4 wrench
Yeah,
and put that on
the
there.
wrench will work best. The top, it worked fine for the top.
Yep. Go get that and we'll film the other one. So, folks, we got a solution done. Just using those copper homemade bushings right here. And I want to thank the people that actually cared enough to comment and call me up on that and talking about it. And sorry, Dan, I didn't get your call. I mean, I saw it, but I was in the middle of filming. See, we got 2 of them in there. And it will go right there. And that's 3/4. Right? Use the open end to do it. You get more on it, like you do. Here, hold on, let me put that on there.
Old-fashioned wrenching. Old-fashioned wrenching.
Let's go snug, not too tight, just snug. Okay, these are on.
Yep.
Okay, you got them on tight, right? That's the wrong size, isn't it? Is that the right size?
Yep.
Huh. You just got it on.
It's just the bolt's not real deep.
Put the thing on.
It's a different one.
Is it the red one or the blue one?
Blue. Oh, no, maybe it is red. Red.
Probably red, yeah, because blue is metric. So put that on, we'll just get it snug.
I didn't want to snug it up too much until I got the bottom lined up.
All right. Okay, well, look, we have some solutions here, folks. And there's no gap in here. There's no more possibility of the shock riding up and down, or this is the better orientation. There's no possibility of the shock doing this with the bolt being fixated and those bushings. So if anything, that we might have to do in the future is check for wear in the brass the brass piping / bushing that we have in there. Might have to check for some wear, but I kind of doubt it. But that's the solution, folks. So peace out. Be good. Have a good day. See ya.